Hey guys, we're live and we are getting ready to go fishing at Lake Hopatcong tomorrow. So I wanted to tie up a couple rods and I figured out what the heck, you know what? Maybe it will go live. So here I am. And some of the things I wanted to fish with, some of the last places I were going to or I was going to wasn't very weedy. So I got a lot of lures on that were great for where I was fishing before, but not so great for Lake Hopatcong. Lake Hopatcong's been very weedy. I don't know if any of you have ever fished there. If you had, feel free to comment and let me know what the lures you like to use there. A lot of docks there. A few areas where there's a few tree limbs and stuff down, but not too much. A lot of boats there, very choppy lake. So some of the rods that I have here, or some of the lures I have tied on, I don't really think are going to work out very well. So let's start out with this is a St. Croix Mojo bass, and it does have a high vis line on it. So right now it's got a let me see here. I'm going to remember this, a Tokyo rig, and I don't think it's really what I want to fish. So I'm going to switch this out. You guys are watching some of the same videos I watch, and I'm always kind of I'm very interested in all the new lures that are out there. So one of the lures, let me see if I can find it here. I'm going to rip it out of my Monster Bass box here. Yes, this is it. So this is a jig head, a swivel jig head, and it's weedless. It's Texas rigged, and that's the June bug color. A lot of this June bug on. I think that's a good. We're going to start low and work our way up towards the higher elevations of the water. So we're going to start off with this guy here. So we're looking to see if anybody's hanging out tonight. It is, what's today? Today's Monday. And today was very overcast. I don't know if tomorrow is going to be quite as overcast or not. So we can get you turned down here if you'd like to see what we're doing here. So what's your favorite knot, everybody? This is not easy to see here with this this particular line here. So I tie just pretty much a ordinary fisherman's knot where I do a loop-de-loop and I wrap a couple times, and that's not already going right. So, oh my goodness, I'm live, so you can't fudge it. When you're live, you just got to kind of go with it, and it works out real good. Well, we'll know tomorrow if this knot didn't work out very well. Probably get your teeth on the thing. All right, so. So we're going to dampen this up, and we're going to knot that, and we'll get the little snippy snip. And after everything's said and done, that's pretty much the knot that we're going to be going with. A little tough to say. How about if I do that? A little tough to see. Oh, well. All right, so that's our first tie on. I've been pretty pleased with these, and with the high vis on this, I think that's a good line for that, because this is going to be something that's going to be kind of hanging out kind of low. So I'm in my kitchen, by the way. If you hadn't noticed, there's a refrigerator behind me. Right now, just getting ready. So we're going to get this one. This guy is ready to roll. So that's our first rod here. So the other type of rods I like is drop shot. And drop shot's ready, already tied on, and we're good to go there. I did want to switch this guy, and I know I'm jumping around here a little bit. So this is a popping frog. I believe this is a is a leaf. So we're going to take him off there. And these little legs here, they get whopper plopping almost. So I think it's a real good frog. We have a lot of docks, as I said before. So that's what we're going to be running this guy here. And these get spinning. This is made by Lunker Hunt. And I'll probably do a little work on my hooks. Not too much, but I like to get them squeezed out a little bit to see if I can get them to just come up a little bit. So I don't get crazy, a little bit. I mean, not too much, but just enough that when the fish hit, it's going to kind of get them a little bit, like I just there. All right, so that's turned up a little bit. Do a little more on this guy. All right, as I said, it's just a little bit more, and that just gives you a little more effectiveness on the hookup ratio. So we're going to tie this guy on here. So this is Victory, a St. Croix Victory, a Daiwa bait casting reel. Just running braid on this. I like braid. You know, it's doesn't really affect frog fishing too much. The braid is kind of one of those versatile lines. Well, I'm having a very difficult time seeing with background tonight. There we go there. And then we make our little 6. And then we just go in and out of that hole and wrap around. And I usually like to do this about 4 times. That gives us a nice tie. Definitely a little easier than the clear fluorocarbon I was just using. So, not too many of you out tonight, huh? I'm looking to see if anybody wants to chat and give me some ideas on what they think Lake Hopatcong lures they'd like to use. And I'm open to hearing what you have. It'd be kind of interesting to hear what some people are fishing on Lake Hopatcong right now. I've been doing very well on some of the Syncos, the wacky rig style Syncos. But, you know, I'm always open to hear what everybody else is up to and what their hookup ratios have been or what they're catching fish on. Now, this is live, so, you know, just so you're aware, over here, obviously when you go live, you know, it's not really scripted and you're kind of figuring out, you know what, maybe someone wants to hang out and see what we're up to. And that's really all it's about is we're just tying on a couple of rods, and I thought maybe you'd want to stop by and see what we're tying on. And next up, we're going to go with a chatterbait. And the chatterbaits are always so effective. And this is one of the plastics that I've been using on the chatterbait. And this is a Z-Man. This is a 10 times tough elastic. It's called a Billy Goat. I got one more left in there. I love the blue and black. Blue and black always hits them good. And I've done quite well with the blue and blacks on Lake Hopatcong and other lakes. So, and the chatterbait's always so effective. So let's decide where we're going to put that guy. Let's see. I kind of would like to put him on. I think I know where I'm going to put him. Gee whiz, I really don't know which one I want to do. We're a little bit knotted up here. A little knotted. I'm going to separate these out a little bit. So we got a better idea what we're working with here. So we got a better idea. We are all tangled up here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I shouldn't have gone live. There we go. Okay, we're getting there. Somebody's itchy. Okay, so I'm kind of not thinking that we're going to be doing too crazy with dragging weights. So I was going to wire this one up or tie this one up with a Carolina style rig, but kind of thinking it's probably not going to be super effective. So I think I'm going to stay with what I have here. And what I have here right now, surprisingly, is something a lot of people aren't fishing anymore. And that is a tube. And the tubes have been effective. I've caught a couple fish. Now, the trouble with the tube is, and you can see right there, is that we have a hook. And as I said before, it's pretty weedy. And I don't think there's really a good way to Texas rig a tube. So that might be good in deep water, but maybe not so good in other places I want to go. So maybe that's not going to happen. Let's take him off. I like it. I have caught fish in it. Big bass too. Smallmouth love it. But I think for what we're doing tomorrow, Lake Hopatcong, this little guy's just not going to be effective. So what do we put on instead? Anyone? Sometimes you feel like you're alone. But we're live, and so it's all a matter of, hey, are you guys out and about, or are you hanging around and watching YouTube? And I would say the answer is probably no. Okay, so I think we are going to do a Carolina rig on this guy here. So this is going to be a little bit of a rig up. So we're going over here and getting our tackle box. Here's some of the tackle we have here. We got quite a bit of stuff in there. And so this does require quite a bit of tying. So if you don't like tying, probably should bail out about now. If you do like tying, then by all means, hang out. Let's see here. All right. So I always like to keep one of my, oh my goodness, we really don't have what we need here. Oh, yes, we do. Okay. So I've been using tungsten weights, and I think they're really good. As opposed to the lead weights, I just don't feel they're as effective. And I'm going to show you right now. These are both 1/4 ounce. Both these weights are 1/4 ounce. 1/4 ounce tungsten, and that's a 1/4 ounce lead weight. And you can see the difference, how much smaller that weight is, but it packs all the same weight as that lead. And pretty incredible, really, that the tungsten is so dense as far as a metal goes. So I really like using them. And the other thing I like about them is that you can really, really feel the ground when they're clicking along some of the bottom area. You can really feel what's down there, whether it's rocky terrain or soft pack, clay or sand. Weeds, obviously, you can always feel those. But yeah, I really like the tungsten. So I'm pretty much switching all over to tungsten. I've been slowly eliminating all my lead. It's just, to me, it's not really a value. All right, so here's what we're going to do. So anyway, I have a lot more tying on to do. I can see that this is, I'm feeling like this is not probably all that much fun for you. So I'm going to let you loose and going Going to tie on a Carolina rig. We have a couple other things that we're going to tie on. Feel free to comment on here. I'll take a look a little later. And if you guys comment and there are some things that you'd really like to use, please comment. I'll come back on live and we'll tie them on, and we'll have a discussion about them and see if those are effective for us. I mean, you're never going to know unless you try. So feel free to comment, and thanks for watching. I know it's about 15 minutes worth. I really don't want to bore you too long on watching what we're doing here. I'm sure it's going to get boring. I have a weird feeling. So anyway, like I said, we're gonna finish tying on what we have here. We're gonna do a Carolina rig here. We're gonna tie on a Rapala. We've got the frog. I think we're gonna do possibly a square bill. What else we might do? Yeah, I think that's going to be it. May throw on a super fluke as well. I think we might throw a fluke on. Those are kind of fun to get underneath those docks. Really a great skipping bait. They're a lot of fun to skip in there and get them way under there and let them drop. And of course, we're going to be bringing out some stick baits, of course, too. So yeah, if there's things that you think that you'd like to see out there, give me a call. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, call me up. My number is 555-3535. No, actually it's not. But yeah, I plan on bringing the cameras out to see how the fishing goes on Lake Hopatcong tomorrow. So if you have some ideas about lures that you'd like to see on the lake to see what works there, as I said, it's pretty weedy. For the most part, docks. It's a lot of dock fishing there. We can fish deep. It's about 50 feet deep in Main Lake. But for the majority of the lake, it is pretty well weeded. So if you have any ideas, give me a comment and I will possibly come back and tie them on. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. I know it's kind of just one of those things where it was like, oh, you know what? I'm tying on anyway. Let's go live and see how things go. But we're not really picking up anybody checking us out. Oh, well. Anyway, have a great one. Thanks, guys, for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe.